Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Euroman Movie Report, the show where I talk about a movie I have recently watched at my local movie theatre. This week I'm going to talk about Guy Ritchie's King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. And I must say, this movie is like any other previous Guy Ritchie film. Excuse me. And it's like we have many of his previous films like Snatch and Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, and they have simply thrown the legend of King Arthur into that mix, because in some places it's like we have I'll come to that later. But anyway, the film begins at Camelot, and Eric Bana, he is the king of the castle, and Camelot is under siege. And they are under siege by this Lord of the Rings-esque army, and I guess that Guy Ritchie always wanted to make a Lord of the Rings-esque movie, because that must be the main reason why he added that battle sequence. Or maybe he has just wanted to make his own version of 300, who knows. And this army stomps towards Camelot, but the king of the castle, Eric Bana, he stops it. But that's not the end of it, because his evil brother, Waterton, played by Jude Law, he's very jealous, so he stages a hostile takeover of Camelot, and then Eric Bana, his character, he has to get his little son to safety. All the while, Jude Law's character, he sacrifices his wife to this fat slag, the squid monster in the basement of Camelot. Totally ridiculous. But then the little boy, the son of Eric Bana's character, he grows up to becoming Charlie Hunnam, the guy from Pacific Rim, and he, in best Guy Ritchie style, he grows up on the streets. He becomes this gang leader, and he has this posse around him, and they do crime and so on and so on. All the while, Jude Law's character, he enslaves England. But then luck has it that one day this other guy, Goosefat's Bill, or what was it? I don't remember who played him. I just have to look it up on IMDb. One moment. He was played by, let's just take a look. Aidan Gillian. He comes to the brothel where Charlie Hunnam's character has grown up, and he's injured, and then things happen, and then some tells Charlie Hunnam's character that he needs to run away, and so on and so on, but then he's captured by the evil soldiers of Jude Law. And then he is transported up to Camelot, where the sword, Excalibur, is in the stone, and all men of a certain age are required to attempt to lift it, because the fat slags in the basement of Camelot has told Jude Law that until the heir of Eric Bana's character is dead, then he will not be the supreme ruler of England. And then there's this scene when Charlie Hunnam's character, before he attempts to lift Excalibur, and then we have David Beckham, the footballer, who is one of Jude Law's soldiers, and they haven't done something to his face, but he only has a few lines. He goes and so on and so on, and then action sequences occur, some more ridiculous than others, and it's of course it's about that Charlie Hunnam's character, he has to come to terms with that he's King Arthur, has to become king, and so on and so on. And in Excalibur, it's like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings, because it gives him special abilities. And yeah, it is a somewhat, if you compare it to the 2004 story about King Arthur, which I also watched at my local movie theatre about those many years ago. This movie is more action-packed, of course, but it's totally, yeah, it's like you get the feeling that that Jude Law, he's this evil gangster leader, and Charlie Hunnam's character, in best Guy Ritchie style, wants to take his gang place so he can become gang leader as well. You get that vibe. Yeah, and the acting in general, Charlie Hunnam, he's good in action sequences, and so what was Eric Bana, even though he's only in the early parts of the film and in some scenes in the almost end. He's great as well, and then we of course have Jimunjin Husun, who has starred in movies like Gladiator and Blood Diamond and of course Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's a great actor. And then we of course have the other actors like, as I said, Aidan Gillen, and yeah. You can look them up on IMDb. They do a good job with the source material, but as I can conclude, this movie is quite strange. It doesn't know what it wants. In some scenes it wants to be taken serious, it seems. In other scenes it's just like a 300 Lord of the Rings ripoff. So all in all, was I entertained? Yeah, I will say I was entertained, but it will not be remembered in 5 years. And as I can read in movie sites, that this movie has really bombed for Guy Ritchie, so I guess it will not get a sequel. But all in all, if we're gonna rate King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, I will give it 2 out of 5 stars. That's it, Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you liked this review, movie talk, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch my previous movie talk / reviews, you can click a link in the description. But I will return next week with a review of Alien Covenant. But until then, have a pleasant weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.